Okay, back at the folder, if I go under the admin folder, I have a copy of the title. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, so here's Government of Alberta, Province of Alberta, land title certificate. Okay, so you have the title number, you have the link number, you have the short legal. What is the short legal? It's basically the legal description with semicolons. So you have plan number 1812121, block 12, lot 18. Okay, and then you have who's the owner of the property, and underneath there you have any registrations, any restrictions, registrations that are endorsed on the title. So you have an easement, you have a utility right of way with a plan number, caveats, a couple other easements, and that's about it. Okay. All right. So I'm going to put this on my other screen for now, or let's just put it here. Let's go to under drawings, under registered plans. Okay. So registered plans, they come in TIFF formats. And here you see I have 3 registered plans and they're all different by 1 digit. So let's open up this one. Notice here on the title, it says plan number 1812121. And that's what we have here, 1812121. So let's open that. Okay, so this is the subdivision plan. So when the title refers to this plan, okay, that's the plan number. It also gives you a block number, block 12, and lot 8. So where is block 12? This is all these lands here are in block 12. That's the number 12 here. And what was the lot number? Lot number was lot 18. Okay, so we're in lot 18. So basically, that certificate of title is to this piece of land that's shown by this geometry. Okay, lot 18, block 12, plan 1812121. Okay, notice that these dimensions on this register plan should match pretty closely to what's shown on the RPR. Okay, what are these point numbers here? These are the point numbers where an iron post would have been planted. So at every corner of the lot and also at beginning and end of any curves. So for example, point 419 is not a lot corner. It's the beginning of an arc. So south of 419, we have a line with an azimuth of 0, 0, 6, 14. Okay, from here going south is a line. From here going north is an arc with a radius of 88, total delta angle of this 19 degrees, 28 minutes, 24 seconds, chord distance of that, and chord bearing of this. So the arc starts at 419 and goes all the way to 423. Okay, and then you have segments of the arc. So you have from 422 to 423 along the arc is 2.797 meters. We're in lot 18, I believe. So from 420 to 421 is 12.701. So 12.071. Let's see what the RPR showed. The RPR showed 12.70. There we go. Okay, so that's the registered plan. The next one, if I close this one, go to the next one, is 1 digit up. This one is the plan showing utility right of way. Okay, so first the subdivision plan gets registered at land titles, and immediately after that, the utility right of way plan gets registered. That's why it's only 1 digit different. One thing about the plan numbers, okay, they have 7 digits. The first 2 digits are the year that it was registered at. So this plan was registered in 2018. That's probably when this whole neighborhood was developed. Houses are probably from 2018, 2019. Okay, so the first 2 digits are the year it was registered. The next digit, it's either a 1 or a 2. If it's in southern Alberta, it's a 1. If it's in northern Alberta, like Edmonton, it's a 2. Okay, so what does this show? It shows us that there is an area 3.5 meters wide parallel to the front property line that's covered by this utility right-of-way plan. There's probably buried utilities in that area, so City of Calgary wants to have access to that. Okay, the next plan number, which is 1 digit above that, is a plan showing overland drainage right-of-way. Okay, so it's not for utilities, it's for like overland drainage. There's probably a concrete swale in this area where the water drains to. Swale is like a ditch or something like that, where overland water, so storm water, rainwater, is supposed to drain into that and either go south or north to a pond or something like that. So city wants to have access to that area in case they need to replace that concrete swale. And there's certain rules. Owners are not allowed to change the grading in that area. Okay, so that's all you need to know. And basically, from these plans, you need to know where it's located and what's the width of it. Okay, so that's 1.8. And if we go look back at the RPR, you see here it says 1.8 meter drainage right of way. So that's this dashed line. The dashed line in the back is the overland drainage right of way. The dashed line at the front is the utility right of way, which is 3.5 meters. Okay. So now let's get into AutoCAD. So 25-102-base, that is basically a template drawing. Okay, so this is what a template drawing looks like. I have in layout, in paper space, I have different paper sizes. So 8.5 by 11, which is letter size, 8.5 by 14, which is legal, 11 by 17, which is tabloid, and then we go up from there. So most of our RPRs are done at 11 by 17. That's the size of this paper here. Okay, we have, this is the template where you can fill out the legal description, title number, the date it was searched, the date it was surveyed, municipal address, client, and things like that. Okay, and then there's, my signature and the permit stamp. If you go into model space, if I'm going to type ZE for zoom extent, this is all that's in there right now. These are just some sample drawings, so you can copy, you can match properties from these hatches. You can see what everything needs to be on, what layer things need to be on. Okay, so property lines need to be on layer lot line. Adjacent property lines are on adjacent plans. Buildings need to be on layer building, text, um, dimensions are in text dimensions. All the hatches are on layer hatch. Okay. Now, if I go points, list points, nothing comes up. So there's no points in this drawing. So the first thing I need to do is create a layer called points with the date and then import the points. So where are the points located? The points are located under field data, field in. You have a folder with the date that the RPR was done at, 2025-10-22. If I go in here, I have notes, pictures, and survey data. Let's just quickly review these. So notes, you have setup notes. This is basically the surveyor is telling us how he surveyed this land. So he says this is a job number, that's the crew name, the temperature, and the date. Okay, so instrument at 1, place drill hole, height of instrument, backside at 2 was a found drill hole. He set an azimuth of 180 degrees from drill hole 1 to drill hole 2. And then he goes on and surveys. So he's saying here that points 3 and 4 are control points and so on. So he probably surveyed from points 2 all the way to 64 from his first setup. Then he set up at point 65, which is a temporary nail, probably that's his instrument height. And he does a resection from points 5 and 10, which he already has a coordinate for from his first setup. These are his results. And then he surveys the remaining points from 65 all the way to 140. So usually there's not a lot of information here for the drafter. Okay, this is telling me the methodology of his survey. Okay, just remember that basically he went up to point 140. Why is that important? Because I'm just going to show you the data later on, and we should have 140 points in there. Okay, so the other notes in here, we have a sketch. Here's his sketch. So basically, I gave him the old RPR, and he just added on to it. Okay, so we can see that he's checking some of the measurements around the house. Okay, he's putting circles. He's added the fence. So the fence is a line with excess to it. Okay, He's got measurements from foundation corners to the fence. That's what this 1.28 is, foundation to fence post. He's got window wells in the back. He's got an AC unit added here. The deck is the same. He's got different measurements for the steps. Okay. And he's got a column at the front. So basically, he's taken the old RPR and added onto it. So this is what the sketch is. Evidence, that shows me what evidence, what iron posts he's found in the field. So this is the lot that we're in. So he's found an iron post at the front left, rear right. He didn't find anything at the rear left, similar to the original RPR. He found a pin here. So FDI TOC. TOC means top. It should say TCO, top cutoff, and it's bent. So basically, we're supposed to write down what they found and what the conditions are. So if it's at surface, if it's deep, things like that. Okay. So that's what evidence sketch shows. So typically under notes, you have setup notes, you have sketch, and you have evidence. Sketch is probably the most important for the drafter because you're using this information to actually draw it. Okay. Going back to the main field in folder.